Hello everyone and welcome back to Efficient Gaming. This week we are looking at this few days, we are looking at the next monster week, which this time is only 3 days long, so it's not even half a week, but that's not too much of a problem because it's not that difficult. We are looking at common weremoles this week. Time tasks are reasonably easy. I got a head start last night in the 1 hour or 5 minutes that I got to play before bed. So let's check out the tasks. Okay, as usual, we are going to start by looking at, no, not here. We are going to check out the what's new, just to read the description that they've given us this week about the weremole, or common weremole. Witcher, what on earth is that? I've never seen a more menacing beast. Could it be that weremoles have decided to plague all inhabited areas? Faced with a threat as vicious as this one, you'll need more than reflexes to win. Don't forget about potions and oils. Hunt them at night and you'll surely complete this week's time tasks. It's a bit of a disappointment that it's another nighttime one because I didn't actually finish last week's nighttime one because the rares were just too sparse at night for me to warrant going for a walk to get them. But this week I got already, if we just have a look, 7 last night in 5 minutes of playing, so it looks like they're a lot more common. I just hope the werewolves, which should be out tonight, doesn't really show that yet, but hopefully the werewolves, which should be out tonight, are not too uncommon either, and I should be able to do this. Although realistically, I'm not going to be able to do it efficiently unless I go out, and we all are all about efficiency, but we're also about actually having time to complete things as well, and that's why we do things efficiently where possible. Okay, so we've got this week, the rewards are similar to normal. There's an XP scroll in there, there is some crystals in there, and there is some moondust bombs in there. Kill 30 common weremoles. I managed to get 7 last night. Gather 50 units of powdered monster tissue. Very easy. All you do is you make sure when you're killing things, you have bag space, and you will get that monster tissue. Kill 35 monsters with the cursed, or from the cursed one's class while using cursed oil. So basically, once you've completed these more difficult tasks where you're not allowed to use signs or bombs or signs and get the perfect crits and stuff, you can just bang an oil on and then go out and find 35 different, weremoles, of which you need 30 anyway, and you need to kill 10 werewolves. So if you do all of that while you've got your oil on, you'll be done. Kill 5 common weremoles without using signs. That will be in our example. Kill 3 common weremoles without using any bombs or signs. I mean, if you're going to kill them without signs and you're not going to use bombs, then you're pretty much doing both of these at once. Kill 3 common weremoles after performing at least 2 perfect parries and 2 perfect critical hits. Now this one, even though I've got an example of that as well, was the most difficult. But why don't we check it out and I will explain why. Right, as is standard for us, the first thing I am going to do is show you that there's a bunch of weremoles around, and then we're going to quickly hover over all the tasks that we're going to be trying to complete at once. So that's going to be weremoles, that is going to be powdered monster tissue, we're going to do the common ones without signs, we're going to do the common ones without bombs or signs, and we're going to try and do 2 perfect parries and 2 perfect critical hits all at once. Now I could have combined this with the oil as well, but I think that will make it more difficult and or impossible to do the 2 perfect parries and 2 perfect critical hits. So this is our preparation for earning powdered monster tissue. We're just clearing our bag of powdered monster tissue because we are going to get some more. I've gone with a Melith sword for the moment, just because it is quick at doing it, so that benefits 2 things. So basically, if you don't use any bombs or signs, this is a common monster. You should be able to beat it without bombs or signs. Now, I think this first one I got lucky, and I got my 2 perfect parries straight in a row. But if you look at me doing the next one, and 2 perfect critical hits. Now the reason I've said this is the more difficult one is because if you get hit while charging up your next critical, you probably won't get 2 criticals out in the same fight, because the amount of times you need to hit it to get the critical, plus the amount of times you need to hit it to get the critical again, the monster will be dead if you failed at any point in between. So you need to make sure that you do it in a way that allows you to continue or not lose your crit meter. So I don't think I got a perfect parry there, but I did get a perfect critical hit. So I don't think we're going to have got the completion for those 2 on that one. But we did still do it without bombs or signs, so that's going to put up the tasks for both of those other 2. So I think the next thing I am going to do is just show you how many more are around. No, we're going to have another go at another one. So I think I changed to Manticore Silver Sword this time because it does less damage than the Melith. Not sure if I did. If I haven't done it now, then I definitely do it later. But as you can see, I lost the bar on that one because I was doing a bad job, basically. I haven't got the timing down on these perfect crits yet, or these perfect parries, as you can see. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have another one without the 2 perfect parries and 2 perfect crits. So this is just me practicing timing on the perfect parries. Eventually I get a little bit more of a sense of doing it. I just sort of needed to start doing it a little bit earlier. I still never got that 2 in a row. Okay, I did manage to do it. But that's because I wasn't using the Melith. So that Manticore Silver Sword made it easier, or any basic Silver Sword without any extra fire damage, allowed me to do the extra hits that I needed to charge up the crit bar without finishing the monster off first, because it's all about getting your perfect crits and your perfect parries. Now, the perfect parries are easy. You can just sit in the middle when your crit bar's not charged and perfect parry for days until the monster nearly kills you, or until you get your perfect parries. And then you can just finish it off. So I didn't get any perfect parries that time, so I'm going to get my perfect crit, and now I'm just going to wait here. And we're going to do our perfect parries. That's 1 perfect parry. And we're going to do... No, fail, 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 fail. We're going to get our 2nd perfect parry before we start charging up the crit meter again. Because again, if we charge it up and lose it, then we'll end up killing the monster before being able to get a 2nd critical hit in. Okay, there's our 2nd perfect parry. I'm not sure whether I realised that I got it, so I went again. And now we're just going to finish the monster off. But as you can see, if I had lost a good significant portion of that crit meter, I wouldn't have been able to get the 2nd crit out, so because the monster would have already been dead. So that is definitely the process that I would use to do that. And the rest, I think, of this is just me running through and killing the rest of the weremoles that are here. I think there's 1 more for me to kill. I was hoping, and I was looking around for vampires, because, yeah, kill vampires. And then I go out and I'm like, they're about, that's not a full moon. Why does it say the full moon's out and there's vampires? So this is just a timing thing with the beginning of the event. The full moon is supposed to start tomorrow, but in Witcher, at the very least, we normally get 1 day before and 1 day post full moon for when the werewolves are out. It just so happens that last night when I started this, during the time of day that the event started for me, the werewolves were not out. I would have loved if they were, but they weren't. So I don't have an example of me killing a werewolf for you, but again, they are common, so they should be relatively easy to do. So I've got 1 perfect parry in already, although I think I'm just blasting through this because I don't have to worry about that anymore. So once I've killed 5 of these, we'll see that all of the more difficult tasks are done. We've already completed a couple of those, so it gives us a little bit of gold. And yeah, so that you can see is we've killed 5 now, so that is all our difficult tasks done, and we've just got majority of finding the monster to go. So why don't we have a very quick look at where to find that monster now. So we'll go to our bestiary. Now, I couldn't find this monster for the life of me for the first few minutes that I was looking for it in here, because I was like, oh yeah, it's a Weremole. So where are we going? All the way down to W. We look down here. Rat Warrior, Werewolf, Weremole. Where's the Weremole? It's because even though they don't refer to it as a common Weremole here in the What's New section. Come on, What's New section? Monster Week Weremole. So it just refers to it as Weremole. In the bestiary, it is referred to as a common Weremole, just like the common Arachis. So we are found anywhere near human settlements during the night time, and I found that there was quite a few around me during the night. And like, as I said, the first 5-10 minutes that I had the app open on the first evening, I got 7 of them right near me. So if the werewolves spawning are reasonably active as well, or there's a lot of them, this shouldn't be too difficult of an event. And the only real things that we're going to have to use to get the event completed this week, whereas last week we needed to use quite a few things to get the event completed, because this is a common monster and the secondary monster that they're asking you to kill is also a common monster, we should be able to finish this week just by using the cursed oils that we need to. And if you're really lucky, because a cursed oil lasts 10 minutes, you might be able to do it on 1 or 2. I'd say 2 to be safe. If you spend 20 minutes out, you should probably be able to kill 35 cursed enemies with, at the most, it depends on how many things spawn near you, but at least 1 or 2 is the minimum I expect you to need to use. And I'm pretty sure that the rewards for some of them is cursed oil, so you might not even have to brew the cursed oil if you get your powdered monster tissue first, so something else to consider before this evening. But that's my take on the Monster Week. It's much easier than last week, so I have no problems getting it finished as long as all the things spawn in my house, because again, going out at night's not the most fun prospect for me here, especially with a little baby to look after. So hopefully you enjoyed the video this week and you got something useful out of it. Catch us next week in 3 days' time for the next set of time task tips. But have a great time, and I'll catch you then. See ya.